take a little walk down into the underbelly of streaming, where hope is cheap, but it's all we have. We ain't got the fancy things that the big streamers got. We just got ourselves, each other, and the loyal few who follow us. We all got dreams, but when will they come true? Sometime, baby. Sometime. Welcome to the Sometime Show.
Welcome back, everyone. I am Zargram Xander's Magician Extraordinaire, and I want to welcome you all to the Sometime Show. Today, we have our lovely guest, the Wingding, who has agreed to come on for a little interview.
Hi.
Hello. Hello. So, how this works is this just a little talk show. You and I go back and forth. We've actually been talking about for about 30 minutes before we rolled the intro and everything like that, just to get warmed up and stuff. But, yeah, I'm ready to do this. How about you?
I'm here. I'm ready. Let's ask away.
All right. Let's do this. So, first question I always ask each guest is, who are you and where you're from?
My name's Wingding, and I'm actually from the U.S. in Montana area.
Get out! Oh my god, I have family up in there. Oh, holy crap! Okay, I didn't know that. That's awesome. Yeah, I have. Where was it? Dang it, I can't remember the name. It's a small town. I think it's west side of Montana. Dang it.
There's a few of them.
Okay, yes. Okay, sorry. That doesn't exactly narrow it down. Sorry, but that's actually pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So, what's it like there? Do you like it there?
So originally, I actually didn't I've been here for 3 years, and it's a bit of a culture shock for me because I actually used to live in Seattle for quite a while. And being downtown Seattle, everything's a little bit more different. Also being part of the LGBTQ community, it's a little more progressive. I mean, still not as great as it could be, but a little more progressive. So coming here, into the smaller town that I'm in, it is definitely people aren't as nice. They don't necessarily talk or anything like that, and that's something that kind of bugs me a little bit, because people will stare, they won't say anything to you, and it's you could just say you like my hair or something, or take a picture or whatever. You don't have to just stare at me.
Yeah, it's I can definitely imagine how that could be a big change, because you go from a place that's pretty urban to a place that's pretty rural, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. Going and living in a more rural area is it's weird for me. It definitely is weird for me, because a lot of places that I've lived when I when I was younger and stuff like that, I've been to San Francisco, down near LA, bigger areas with more population and stuff like that. Yeah, so being out here is definitely being out in the country is a totally different thing.
I hear you. I actually, when I was a kid, I was we lived on a country road out of the middle of nowhere, and as I got older, we moved to lots of different places, and we ended up living more and more suburban. So that was kind of weird, because a lot of the more rough and tumble manners and stuff like that I was used to in the country kind of had to get eroded away for more suburban ways of interacting with people. So I can kind of relate to what you're talking about, how the culture shock factor.
Yeah.
Wait, we got some chatter saying, Wing, you watch DJ channels right now by any chance?
I do have it open, but I do not have it. Oh, hold on. Is my internet shitting itself again?
It has a tendency to do that, doesn't it?
Yeah, earlier it just cut out for 5-10 minutes, so I don't know, but it seems to just be affecting OBS right now. So
yeah, I hear you. OBS has a way of being essential, but also just deciding, nah, I'm not gonna help you today. Nah.
Not today.
Like
Yeah,
it was
it's
whining
sitting
to
on
me
the
to
top of
update
my
it before I was gonna go live. I'm thinking, dude, I am like minutes out from being live. You expect me to update and then reset up everything?
No, not allowed. That's you can't update right before stream because inevitably every time an update comes out, something's gonna break. Like
Right?
something's not
Right?
gonna function correctly. And it's the
Right,
worst.
right. So, okay. Let's hear it. I'll ask the next structured question, but I'm curious to know what got you into streaming in the first place.
Uh, I've actually been a part of the like streaming community for 12, 13 years, something around there. Quite a long time. I actually found Twitch right around the time that Justin TV was being bought out. Um, Before it finally like swapped over, and I was watching some people play Minecraft because it was just whatever I was into at the time, I guess. And I was like, you know what? I could totally do this. I could do this live streaming thing. Because like right before that, I was doing like YouTube videos. I did YouTube videos for a while. Even when I was like a really younger kid, I was like, you know what? YouTube could be something fun. I love making content and whatnot. That didn't go too far, honestly. But
Hey, I completely relate
yeah.
to you. I did something similar when I was a kid. I did like RuneScape music videos with my friends from RuneScape. So believe me, back in like 2007, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. And after that, I
I
had a
actually
stint as a Let's Player. So trust me, I know
Oh,
what you mean.
okay. Heck yeah. I actually I had a little group channel with just a little group of my friends that we just did like a little like talk channel for the most part. So it wasn't like asking questions or anything. We literally just recorded us sitting there just talking about just random baloney really.
Mhm.
We called ourselves the Waffle Channel. We
Oh, so it was
actually
a podcast.
yeah, essentially. And there was one video that was like, it was like a 2 hour long video or something like that, that we just sat there in my kitchen making waffles the entire time. There were so
Dude,
many
that's
waffles. There
awesome.
was so many waffles. My mom was pissed.
I love that.
um,
That's awesome.
but yeah, we just sat there and made waffles and just chatted and just like did our own thing. But yeah, we didn't go much further than that just because like it was just really hard to get everybody together to try and like figure something out, you know?
Yeah, I've noticed that when it comes to making a thing or whether it's whatever it is, the most difficult thing is herding the cats. Getting all the schedules lined up, getting everyone in the
Yeah.
same spot at the same place at the same time. So I totally understand where you're coming from there. So, okay. Next question is, what sort of VTuber are you? Like, what is the story behind your character design? What influenced it? What's your lore? That sort of thing. What would you like to? How about how would you describe yourself as your character, your VTuber persona?
Well, I went through a weird time right as I was like really kind of like starting my transition, and I just didn't know what I was doing with myself. And I was a cam streamer for the longest time, but I decided to take the camera away, and I was like, well, I really need to have something, for myself. And it was around that time that I really started to understand that I really liked mushrooms, and I really enjoyed everything about mushrooms. And I was like, oh, you know what? It would be really cute to have a character with a mushroom hat. And I started to like sketch something up, and I was talking to one of my moderators, and they were like, hey, can you send that to me? And I was like, yeah. And they were like, do you want to do like a PNG tuber? And I was like, actually, I think that would actually be great. Like, I think that would fit in really well. And they're like, okay, let me see what I can do. So like they drew this up and put it together, and I was like, this is literally the cutest thing that I've ever seen. I was like, I have to use it. So yeah, and it's been my model for I think like 2 years now, 3 years now. Somewhere around there. I do have plans to get like an actual like VTuber model with a little bit more lore behind it, and that's actually something that I've done on stream, is actually writing kind of like a backstory to a character that is actually a mix between an elf and a myconid.
Oh, cool.
A very very wild thing, and I'm still working on a lot of the lore and the backstory for it, but yeah, I really like the mushrooms. I think they're really heckin' cute, and so I was like, you know what, I fit with this. And IRL, I don't go anywhere without my elf ears. Like if I go out of the house, except for like when I go to PT, but if I go out of the house, like go to the store or anything like that, I always wear my elf ears.
I love that. I love that. Okay, so I got a story for you. When I was younger, my sister and I, my sister was really into vampires. Like before Twilight came out and it exploded. She was like already kind of into vampires, and she was kind of already like pseudo goth. She wasn't like full on goth like some people at our school, but
Yeah.
she was kind of she was goth curious. Let's say that, and so she got these like nice prosthetic vampire fangs that go over your canines, and she loved them because they were kind of expensive, and she just loved wearing them. And there was one time where she was wearing them. She decided, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna wear them to church. And she was walking around with vampire fangs, like the good kind, on her canines all day there, and it was the looks she would get were so funny. Just messing with people.
People don't know what to do. People don't know because it's completely against like societal norms or societal standards, right? Like
Right.
so like people just don't even know what to do with that. And I that's kind of one of the reasons that I wear the elf ears is that like I feel like I enjoy wearing them. I enjoy how I look with them. I think it's really cute. So like I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna keep doing me. Like there's no reason to not do me anyways. But
I totally feel you there.
yeah, I have had a few people like make comments or like ask me about them or ask me like where I got them or and stuff like that. I had one guy actually recently while I was at the store go, "Wow, the age of man really sucks, doesn't it?" It's just like, yeah, it kind of doesn't. I wasn't really thinking about my ears, and he goes, "Yeah, I saw the elf ears, and you just don't, you know, you don't see elves around anymore these days." I was like, yeah, we really don't. We really don't. It's great though.
Oh my god, I love that.
At first, I didn't know how to take it because I was like, I wasn't quite sure what was going on. But then, like, he kind of like explained himself a little bit. I was like, this guy's a nerd. Like, this guy absolutely goes.
Yes.
D&D. Like, there's no way.
I
There's
love
no way
it.
that
I
he
love
does
it. I absolutely love it. If my mouth could clap, it would. Okay, so next question. What are some challenges you have faced and or overcome in your streaming or content creating career?
You know, one of the biggest challenges that I think I faced was really just being able to like communicate with my community. It was a big struggle when I first started. I didn't know what I was doing realistically, but creating a community, I didn't really understand the having to like having to talk with people and stuff like that. And like I've had like verbal issues like my entire life because I'm part autistic, and so like it was definitely something that I had to like kind of grow to somewhat overcome. But now I mean like I'm way more open about things, like so it, like people just ask me a question and I can answer for the most part. But I think that was one of the biggest challenges, was really kind of like getting out of my comfort zone and allowing myself to have conversations with people and communicate with people when I like didn't know what the heck to say or whatever. That or just, you know, really to just allow myself to be myself, really.
Oh yeah.
You know, because like you're putting on a show essentially, right? And like like, oh well, what do people like? Well, it's not about what people like, it's about what you like and what you enjoy doing and having fun with. You know, if you're having fun,
Amen. I
having
can
fun.
totally agree with that. Oh my god. Yeah, I totally hear you there.
Yeah, it definitely was a bit of a struggle to get through that. But yeah, I honestly I think it's character building wise, it's worth it.
Totally. And it's not one of those kinds of bullshit character building things where they say, put a bunch of mulch in my yard, it'll build character. Clean my toilet for me, it'll build character. Like, no. It actually does build character because you're having to actually explore yourself. So yeah. I feel like there's a lot of people who will just, you know, pick random shit they want you to do and just say it builds character. But then there's actual ordeals that you will be facing yourself and figuring out who am I now, and who do I want to become? Because the only constant is that things change. You know what I'm saying? So I
Yep,
totally hear what you're
absolutely.
saying about these kinds of ordeals and stuff. Because God knows I've been through some. I mean, I have anxiety and depression and all kinds of stuff like that. So believe me, the whole confronting yourself and confronting your inner darkness thing, I can totally understand what that can be like. Even if I'm not on the spectrum, I've had I can empathize is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's it collecting the alphabet of diagnosis.
Oh my god. I have to remember that one. I have to remember that one. That's a good one. Oh my god. My god. That's awesome. Okay, so all right, okay. Just off the wall question here. What's your favorite letter of the alphabet then?
This I gotta be honest with you. My favorite letter is the squiggly. I know it's not a letter. I know it's a, I know
Oh, the
it's
tilde.
an icon. Yes, but like,
That's an ASCII table entry. That's not the alphabet.
I know, but like every time somebody asks me a question like that, I'm like, it's the squiggly, the squiggly.
Chat, can we get
nothing great
squigglies in
about it.
chat,
It's a little
please?
crooked, like.
Can we get tildes in chat if you support this? Guys, post your tildes, post your squigglies. Everyone, post your squigglies. Wingding needs your energy. Post squigglies. Come on, guys. They look like that.
Oh, I totally messed that up. There we go. You know what? It's fine.
Okay. All right. I love it. Okay. So, all right. One thing I also ask people is, what do you have any kind of upcoming projects or endeavors or ventures or things like that you want to mention or bring up? Oh, which reminds me, I need to shout. Even though you're the bigger channel, I'll still give you a shout out. Even though but yeah, do you have any other upcoming ventures or collabs or projects, crossovers, products? I don't know. Do you have anything you want to mention and plug?
Not really. I mean, like, I kind of. I have a stream schedule, but I mostly just kind of like I schedule some people here and there. So there's nothing really that like there's nothing like really big quite happening yet.
Okay.
I mean, I do like as far as like I have IRL stuff that's a little bit more big coming up, but like none of that is gonna be like it's more challenging for me than it is going to be progression anywhere else.
I understand. All right. I mean, because that's the thing is that sometimes life just gets in the way. Because, for example, like the other day, I wanted to stream my Twitch Plays D&D thing where chat votes on polls to decide what the character does through D&D and stuff. And I was just faced with a huge anxiety attack that lasted like most of the day. And by the time it was gone, I'm like, oh god, I am not in a hosting mood right now. And
Yeah.
I'm just, no one wants to hear me pass out on the screen or feel all depressed. So believe me, I can understand about IRL. Kind of colliding with the desire to stream or plans for that kind of. Am I understanding you correctly?
I mean, it is a little bit on like my anxiety, but for I actually have a knee surgery coming up. More recent, like in the next couple weeks. So like it's gonna take me away from things or make things a little bit more challenging. But like other than that, there's not really nothing else really going on. So.
Well, I hope you recover soon. I was actually watching your stream earlier today, and I heard someone talking about a dislocated kneecap. Was that you, or was that someone else?
It wasn't me. I don't exactly remember who that was. No, gone through the ringer. Can you hear me?
Yep. You're good.
Okay. Yeah, I just kind of like sent my knees through the ringer. I'm also like a really tall person. I'm 6'3", so I grew pretty quickly. And so I've always just had some knee issues. So on top of that and being kind of rough on them, they've just kind of died over the years. So yeah, this will be surgery number 2 for this specific knee. So hopefully this clears up some of the issues, but we'll see.
Hey, I hope you recover quickly and effectively, and I hope physical therapy goes smoothly.
Yeah, I've been actually in physical therapy for quite a while now. I've been kind of before this before this surgery, this would be my 4th time in physical therapy, specifically for my knees, and it's been an on and off battle, honestly. But hey, I'm learning stuff about myself, so it's good. It's good.
I get you. Hey, chat, are you able to hear us? Just out of curiosity, because now I'm getting a little bit worried. Hello?
I can hear you.
And I can hear you, but can chat hear us?
I'm also not 100% sure there's anybody in chat at the moment that can respond.
Oh, they think they're lurking? Yeah, that tends to happen.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's just you and me then. Okay, we can talk about all the nasty, dirty stuff now. Oh yeah, we were okay. No, I won't bring that up. Okay. So I'll ask the next tame question. What is a goal that you have set for yourself and or your channel? Where is somewhere you'd want to be in the future? A goal, a mission? What is something you'd like to accomplish with your streaming?
Honestly, yeah, I feel like everybody says getting the check mark is the goal, and like, don't get me wrong, I think that would be great. Like that would be nice. But realistically, the biggest goal I have is just creating a community that like is loving and accepting of everyone for the most part, and just kind of spreading as much happiness and chaos as well.
I totally get you there. I totally get you. Yeah. Because you're right. Almost every other guest always says, "Oh, I want to get to partner or whatever. I want to make money off of this." And like, I mean, I can understand wanting to do that. Believe me, I'd like to do that too. But you're one of I like that goal that you have though. I like that.
Yeah, that was one of the biggest things about like starting streaming in general. Really was the want to build a community, to have a community that like was always kind of there for not just me but for everybody. And like if I couldn't pick up somewhere, somebody else could, kind of thing. And honestly, it's been great. It's been a nice journey, and I think we're technically at that goal, realistically. But like the goal is to just continue it going. Keep it growing, keep it bigger,
keep the
and
vibes
keep
flowing,
bringing in nice people. Yeah.
Oh, speaking of vibes, did you know that there was like I think it was on Daily Dose of Internet where someone hooked up some kind of apparatus to mushrooms, and they were able to like make music out of the signals, or like every time the mushroom was giving a signal, it would trigger a speaker in some way, and you could actually listen to all the electrical signals in a mushroom. It was crazy.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of those. Like I've actually seen quite a few like really weird things with mushrooms, like having a mushroom control a robot and stuff like that.
What? That's awesome.
Yeah, it's absolutely fascinating. But yeah, no, I seen one actually recently where they gave it like control of like an electric piano. And
so
allowed
cool.
it to just kind of like play, and I was like, wow, I could actually just sit here and listen to this forever. I mean, honestly, like it just, because it adds a whole different perspective on things, really realistically, because like you're thinking like a mushroom is just a plant, right? But like plants have their own like system of connections and ways to send signals back and forth between like the roots and the top and stuff like that. So like there is some sort of current in there always that's allowed to, or that allows that kind of connection to make stuff like that. But like to just like listen to the music that it makes is like, it doesn't really have much of a like specific rhythm, but it does have its own beauty to it, and it's totally. I love it.
So on this topic, what electronic device should we hook up to the mushroom on your head?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'd probably give it its own arms if I could. But
so if you were a Pokemon, you'd be Parasect then, huh?
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, let it kind of do its own thing and let it let it figure the stuff out.
I could totally like Photoshop just your head in the mushroom hat and onto like a Parasect, and have just the Parasect claws coming out from around your head and mushroom.
the only thing that I fear in doing that is that I'm afraid it'll smack me a couple times. You know what I mean? Like here and there, just like, hey, stop that. And it's like, all right, listen, this isn't why I gave you arms.
Oh, that's funny. I love it. All right. So, okay. I gotta ask about the mushrooms. So, you said you like mushrooms. That's cool. I can get that. And you wear this adorable mushroom hat. So, what is it about mushrooms you like?
You know, my favorite thing about mushrooms is how they take the decay around them and they create life and just their own sort of beauty around that.
Cool.
I think that's something that, like, a perspective that you can kind of put on all walks of life. Really, is that there's always a way for something to have another purpose. Instead of it just being trash, really. Like everything decays, but that decay has its purpose.
That's awesome. Actually, now you got me thinking like goth vibes for your like whole thing, where you have like a goth mushroom lady, and it's like, I will raise life from your corpse, and all kinds of spooky stuff like that.
The actual the new OC that I'm working on is actually a little bit more on the gothic side. This version of me is definitely a little more bright. And in IRL, I am definitely all black clothes all the time, darker makeup and stuff like that. So like
I have a friend like that.
Definitely fit.
I have a friend like that. Whenever I ask him why he wears the same thing every day, he quotes the Vine where he says, "In winter, I wear a sable black ensemble with a scarf and boots and a flowing coat. In summer, I wear the same thing because I look good in black and I'm willing to suffer."
Literally that.
Also, Chad, I don't know if you picked up on this, but I think goth wingding mommy confirmed. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, wow, chat's really dead right now. Oh, well. Hey, maybe you can breathe life in the chat using your mushroom powers.
Let me just think about it really hard, and somebody will come back.
Yeah, and let me go poke Tarth to see if they're awake. Anyway, so okay. Oh, super. All right. So let me ask you this. Okay. I need to ask. Everyone's always asking this about a lot of anime style VTubers, or like humanoid ones. So, are you a furry?
You know, I've been asked this question before, and actually, I've talked about it with Moo before a couple times. In my sense, I don't necessarily think so, but there were some connections that we brought a couple times that were like, it could possibly translate over to technically being a furry. But I don't know. I don't necessarily like. I can't actually remember like the specifics as far as like what our connections that we made, because Moo's a little bit more on the technical side of things,
Okay.
and way better at like putting things together. But there was one specific one that she had just brought up about like the actual like makeup of plants and stuff like that, and then like technicalizing that with like what you qualify as a furry, and she was like, it could. I was like, I don't know. I still just kind of see myself as a I see myself more as a fae than a furry, I guess.
So when you were talking to Moo, did they bring up, as they call them, pew-pews on your stream as well?
Yes.
Yep, it happened. Oh, Tarth isn't feeling good. Dang, they just got back to me. All right.
Oh no.
Yeah,
I hope they
Tarth.
feel better.
Yeah, I hope you feel better, Tarth. Dude, if you're feeling like crap, go lay down. I know.
Take care of yourself.
Yes, Tarth, don't worry about it. Like, there's like nobody chatting right now, so I think we'll be fine. And hey, there was even a confirmation of Wingding having a goth mommy model maybe in the future. So, and their chat, which is way bigger than mine, didn't even respond. So that tells you everything you need to know. Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. Like my chat is actually a lot more lurkers as far as like what I've like over the past like there are times where we get kind of chatty, but I don't know. It also just kind of like depends on the time of day. I also know that it's like it's around that time of the day where a lot of my viewers are going out and doing adult duties, taking care of kids and stuff like that. So we're probably just kind of like
They are
in that
adulting at
lull
the moment.
point. Yeah.
Well, man, I can understand that. Recently I've been doing a lot of like errands, and I've been having to manage like things for a business I've run and stuff like that. So believe me, I was tempted to throw an ultra vol at that fortress, honestly.
I can't help it. I literally can't help it. It pops up and I'm like, I don't think I have that. I need to get it.
Oh,
I'm getting so close.
This is topical. What is your favorite mushroom Pokemon?
You know, I'm not like well versed in Pokemon. I do have currently let me actually do oh hey look, there's Flo. Flo's
Hi,
probably taking a break
Flo.
from gaming right there. Where Pokeflex, I think is what it
Here.
brute on it.
Wait, mushroom Pokemon. I'm gonna put some images on screen, and you can tell me. We can do a catch or pass. How about that with mushroom themed Pokemon?
I'm down. Let's do it.
Let's do this. Okay. So hang on. First one up. I have to download the image first. It's a WebP. God dang it! Why does everything have to be WebP? I know it compresses better.
Smash your catch.
All right. Well, okay. This will be trickier. But first one for the mushroom themed Pokemon is Paris. Oh, wait, and I really do need a picture of this up. Okay. Save image as. Fine.
Paris is like a crab mushroom, right?
Kinda, yeah. And eventually it gets taken over by a mushroom. Oh, okay, cool. OBS accepts WebPs. Boom. There it is, right on screen. Okay, catch or pass.
It's literally so. I would have to catch it. It's too cute.
Okay.
Look at those big ol' eyes.
All right. So, let's do its evolved form called Parasect. Just a second here.
Hi, Crooks. Yeah.
Oh, crud! I clicked on the thing I didn't mean to. Crud balls.
We throw a lot of those around here.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, Parasect. Okay, catch or pass?
I'm gonna pass. It is cute, but like I don't know. It's just too big.
It's also got those
Too
scary
much for me.
eyes.
It does.
All right. Let's see here. Oh, okay. Okay. Hang on. I gotta get this one. I'm not gonna say the name because I want to see your reaction as soon as I say it, tell you its name and stuff. All right.
Okay.
All right. Hang on. Here we go. Catch or pass? Shroomish.
I'm gonna pass. I can't.
What?
I can't
You're
deal with
passing
this.
on the boy?
I can't deal with the toxic abilities.
Oh. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Save image as yes. All right. Next one. Catch or pass? Breloom.
I'd catch. They're cute. They're cute. Look at them.
Oh, Almost Faye is telling you that your category is still on peak.
Yeah, I just swapped it over. I just clicked. I had totally changed it earlier, and I just didn't click the actual like confirm.
All right. Let's see. Is there any other one? There's this one. I think. What is this thing called? Oh my god, that is so cute. Okay, hang on. There's not too many mushroom Pokemon, so this won't take forever. But
Yeah.
all right. You'll never guess what this thing's called. This thing's called Foongus. Would you
Foongus.
catch or pass?
I would absolutely catch this one. I've actually caught this one a few times.
All right, all right. Next up is gonna be this one. I'm just gotta download the image. My downloads folder is gonna look like crap after this, but I'm fine. All right. Oh my god, it's really called that. Oh my god. Okay. Catch or pass Among Us.
The Among Us. I have definitely caught a few of these. I would definitely still catch. I don't know. Their dorky little face is like,
You're like, ooh.
and the
Look at
mushroom.
look at his freaking face. Ooh. It looks like you just heard someone say something really out of pocket, like ooh.
Yeah.
Guys, look at his face. Look at its freaking face. Okay, it's like ooh. I can't believe you just said that.
Which, you know, totally fits in my line, because like I definitely say some out of pocket things, so it fits.
Oh, this one is so cute. Okay, I'm gonna save this image too. This one's just a JPEG, so it's not gonna look as snazzy. I hope you can forgive me. I hope you can forgive me, Wingding.
It'll be fine.
All right. This one's called what? More lol. Really? Like more lol? As in like I did it for the lols?
I think it's more along the lines of like sitting around the morel.
So catch
cute.
or pass?
I would definitely catch this. And I actually haven't had a chance to catch one of these yet. I think I've seen it one time, and it definitely escaped from me, and I was a little upset.
All right, okay. Let me look up for this next one. I think I have to get a PNG or something that will actually work with OBS. Excuse me. All right, 1 second. Here it comes. All right. Oh, it almost said Fungus's shiny should look like a Master Ball look. I agree with that almost.
I definitely agree with that.
All right, now this one is called Shinotic. Shiinotic. Would you catch or pass?
I would absolutely catch, and main reason being it's purple. It's purple, and I love purple.
So all we gotta do is take a paintbrush and some purple paint, and you'll catch any Pokemon.
Yeah, absolutely. This used to be my little friend on the Pokemon community game, but then I had caught the Brute Bonnet, and I was like, I have to do the Brute Bonnet. It looks cool.
Okay, let's see if there's any other mushroom Pokemon that we haven't done yet. We've done Paris. We did. Oh, I don't think we've done this one yet. Boom, bam, bop, bada bop boop, pow. Catch or pass? Vileplume. Actually, that's more of a Rafflesia than it is a mushroom, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a little bit more of like a flower of sorts. I'd still catch it.
All right.
After watching the show.
So you're flower curious
they're
then.
super cute. Yeah.
All right. I think that might be all the mushroom type Pokemon. Unless you guys can think of one. Yeah, I think that's all the mushroom type Pokemon. I still can't believe you passed on my man Shroomish. I can't believe you did that.
I'm sorry.
How could you?
I don't know.
Shroomish is a unit, man.
But he's a little angry.
Oh, sorry. I forgot. I use like dude and stuff like that unisexually, so I'm sorry if I.
No, totally fine.
Okay. Well, okay. Yeah, that would Yeah, okay. So that's our catch or pass with all the mushroom type Pokemon. So, here's a question: if you were a Pokemon, which one would you be?
Oh, that's tough because there are mushroom type Pokemon, and as much as I love them and as how cute they are, I don't know if I really sit with them. But at the same time, I also feel like if I say what's the EV evolutions? I'm coming up with every other EV evolution in my brain right now except for the one that I want.
Oh, well, like a poison type evolution would be awesome if it was mushroom themed. That'd be cool.
That would actually be pretty cool. And Eevee's just an absolute cutie altogether.
Oh,
Really
absolutely. Like if I were to get hey, Let's Go Eevee, I'd definitely pick that over Let's Go Pikachu.
um, I need the names, please.
So wait, so here let me think of it this way. If have you ever heard of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon?
I don't believe so, actually.
Okay, it's a game where you play as a Pokemon and you go on adventures with other Pokemon. It's
Oh,
actually
that
really
actually sounds
cute.
pretty cute.
It's extremely cute, but one of the things that's in the story that's not you're not supposed to really pick the Pokemon you are. You like answer a bunch of questions. It's almost like a horoscope / zodiac thing, where based on the personality questions you give, they give you a certain Pokemon. And so, okay, how about this? How about you pick a Pokemon for me to be, and I pick a Pokemon for you to be?
A Pokemon for you to be. Oh, you know, hold on. Let me search through my Pokédex real quick.
Not a problem. I can link you Bulbapedia if you need it.
No, I actually, so I actually have the Pokemon community game as an attachment in my OBS, and
Cool.
because I've
Wow.
caught a majority of the Pokemon,
Cool.
yeah, I've got a pretty
Tarth, bite your tongue, Tarth. Do not make me a Psyduck. Do not make me a Psyduck.
I couldn't do that to you. I couldn't do that to you. You know, I'm gonna have to go with Arcanine or Ninetales. One of those I think would be pretty fitting.
Okay. Flattery will get you some places at least. Okay. I would say Breloom for you since you love mushrooms, but you passed on Breloom.
I did.
Oh, dang. Well, you kind of want to go Goth, so either Gothitelle or Absol for you.
Ooh, Absol is pretty nice. Goth.
You did give me a real nice one in this Arcanine. You could have given me something like Psyduck or Mr. Mime or something, but...
Oh, listen, I'm a little bit of a troll, but I couldn't be that much of a troll.
Yeah, because if you give me Mr. Mime, I'd give you Snorlax. Oh, what
Too far off.
Well, okay. Let's take this step further. Wingding, who's your top mod, or who's your first moderator that you still have?
First moderator that I still have. Oh, you know, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think I've lost my first moderators. Just yeah, I've taken a couple breaks. People don't always come back.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
I honestly don't know. I don't
pick one of your mods. Pick one of your mods, and which Pokemon would they be?
I'm gonna go with my mod Pirate, and she would definitely be one of the bee Pokemon. But I'm failing to remember.
Okay, so there's Weedle, Kakuna, and Beedrill. There's Combi and Vespiquen. What else?
There's also Ribombee, which I think is the an evolution of Combee, maybe.
I think Combi evolves into Vespiquen, but only if it's a female, which is really hard to find. Hey, I'm gonna put a Combi on the screen. Boop.
Combis are really cute. Honestly, I would definitely have to go with the Combi for Pirate. Like, her favorite thing is bees, and like that is like one of the cutest cutest Pokemon around, and it totally fits. It totally fits.
And like when they get all serious and they have to do mod stuff, they turn into Vespiquen. All right. So okay, if Tarth was a Pokemon, which one would they be? Let's see here. Tarth loves to mess with people, and they love to prank people. They would obviously. So I could just go based on pure typecasting with their persona, and say that it would be like that polar bear one or something. But no. I think they'd be a Mischievous because they love starting shit. They love messing with people, and they love horror. So I'd say Tarth, you'd be a Mischievous.
That's a pretty good one. I was gonna go a little more memey and say mime. Mr. Mime.
Oh, oh, come on! Don't do that to him. Tarth is a giant troll, but he's not. He's not a. Oh God! Like the joke
hold
is
on.
that.
There's a reason for it. There's a reason for it, okay? Because when I I'm sorry, Tarth. When I first was watching somebody play one of the newer Pokemon games, they were trying to catch one of the more legendary Pokemons, and a Mr. Mime popped up and would just constantly walk right in front of the ball. And then and they did it for like 10 minutes in this video, and I was dying the entire time because like Mr. Mime also has like the was it like the invisible wall or whatever that they could put up, and would also do that, which would just block the ball and like knock it away. And I was just like,
That is
it's
such a
literally
troll
the
move. My
meme-
God.
It was so trolly, and like that's what came to mind, honestly, with the trolling and honestly trying to call Psyduck for you. I was like, I think it's fair, right?
Well, Tarth is like has a lot of coulrophobia. They're like really afraid of clowns. So
That's fair.
they don't. But Tarth, it's not a clown. It's a mime. Actually, it's not a mime because it speaks. Oh my God! Imagine a dark type swap, like a regional swap of Mr. Mime as like a mime, like a scary mime.
Was scary. You know, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think he's scary enough as it is.
I mean, right? Like the whole honest trailer for Pokemon Red and Blue said that when it was giving them nicknames, it gave Mr. Mime, "Hi, I'm a registered sex offender."
God damn it! No.
But yeah, Tarth, I'd say you're a mischievous. You like horror, you like to be dark and stuff like that, but you're also kind of just a little goober who likes to cause trouble, so you're a mischievous. Alright.
Like, I remember watching like one of the movies, and I remember there was one Pokemon, and I can't remember the freaking name of it, or like even like really picture it in my brain right now. But there was one Pokemon that just like continued to sit there and like absolutely mess with Ash and the gang while they were exploring something, where they would just like start taking their stuff and like moving it around and stuff like that, and then just like walk away and like go hide itself. And I can't remember what it is, but
Did
I
it
was
have
going
like
to do that
golden
when
hoops on it?
Maybe. I'm really trying. I feel like it's like a fairy type Pokemon, but I'm failing to bring it up.
I think I know what this one is. I think it's called Hoopa. Does it? Here, I'm gonna put this on the screen. You can tell me if it's the right one.
Okay.
Boom, bam, bop. Okay. Was it this one?
That looks about right.
Oh, someone's raiding
Cat!
us.
Cat, hello. Thank you so much for the raid, cutie. How was your stream? You were playing some hunt. Who were you hunting with? Hi, Shaz. Welcome in, everybody.
Hello, we're doing a bit of a talk show right now. It's just called the Sometime Show. We were just talking about which Pokemon our moderators would be.
Oh, you're doing some solo versus trios. Let's go.
Is that Hunt Showdown, or what game was that?
Yeah, that's Hunt Showdown. This is actually a game that I play quite a bit of. I mean, like yesterday I did like 10.5 hours of it, which is
Wow. I get tired after like 2 to 3
hours.
hours. How the heck do you do 10 hours of it?
Well, when you're playing with a couple goobers that are just enjoying the game, and we're all having a fun time just talking back and forth, like it just keeps going, you know?
Wow, I've run out of spoons long before then. Like, I have to try. I try to be like, at least spunky and interesting stuff like that. But after 2 to 3 hours, I'm like a zombie. Just ask my chat; they can vouch for that, because I get like.
Most of the time, I am like that. I'm gonna be honest. Yesterday was a little.
Hello? Oh no.
Like I was.
Oh, there you are.
It was good. It was a good. Oh, sorry. Did it disconnect for a second?
I think we had a little bit of a gap.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yesterday I was playing with Moo and Ren, and honestly, like, they're a couple of my favorite people. So, like, it was just really good vibes all around. So we just kept going. But
Nice.
normally I do like maybe 4 or 5 hours, and I'm pretty dead after that. So, like, yeah, it was a bit on the long side. So,
Wow, you must have had like a whole bunch of breaks, like for meals and stuff. Like that's like an ordinary Iron Mouse stream.
yeah, I definitely got up for food like 3 times at least.
I hear ya. Oh, or I came up with a meme image the other day. I'll share it with you. I combined Iron Mouse with Uncle Iroh from Avatar: The Last Airbender. You want to call it? Iroh Mouse.
Oh, that's beautiful. I could see him having fun as that character too. I'm gonna be honest with you. Uncle Iroh was something to behold. He's such a gem.
I know, right?
Sammy, hello, Kat. Again, thank you so much for the raid. Thank you so much for bringing your community over here.
Yes,
I really do appreciate
thank you for rating them.
Just real quick, just to do my quick raid intro, but Kat, thank you so much for bringing your people over here. Thank you all everybody for hanging out with Kat. For all of you who don't know me though, my name is the Wingding. I'm a transform streamer that uses they she pronouns, and I like to play a lot of different games, but for the most part we like to cause chaos and just generally have a fun time. So if you enjoy your time here, don't forget to hit that follow button. If not, I still hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. We hope to catch you again on another one. Right now we are with Zargram, and we're doing a little talk show. We're getting to learn a bit about each other and just having a good time. So if you enjoy, stick around. If not, I again still hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day, and we hope to catch you again later.
Awesome. So, let me ask. So we've been talking about a bunch of light stuff, but sometimes I like to ask about a bit more heavy-hitting questions. So I'll ask you a bit of a more of a pointed one.
Okay.
One thing that I've found as I've gotten in my 32 years of experience, because I'm an old man, I've often wondered, what matters to me? What's important to me? So I'm going to ask you the question. What is important to you?
The people around me. The people around me are very important to me. They're what keep me going. They're what keep me moving along and pushing through. I honestly don't know where I would be without a lot of them. I build relationships pretty quickly and kind of really hold on to people pretty hard. I care deeply, and they're definitely the things that matter the most to me. I would do anything for the people around me. So
I totally hear what you're saying there. I totally hear what you're saying. Yeah, friends, family, that sort of thing. I totally can relate to what you're saying there. Okay. Oh, this is something I asked Zeus. All right. Here's a philosophical question. When it comes to the famous trolley dilemma, are you familiar with the trolley dilemma?
I'm not.
Okay, here's how it works. The trolley dilemma is a famous philosophical debate topic where you are a person who is standing inside of a switching booth where there is a lever that can change the tracks that a trolley will run down. Strapped to one set of tracks is one person. Strapped to the other set of tracks are like 5 people. If you throw the lever, then you will save the 5 people, but one person will die. If you do nothing, the 5 people will die. So, who do you choose to save, and who do you choose to kill, or what do you choose to do? And some people choose to just walk away.
That is a tough one.
Yeah.
That is a real tough one. I'm gonna be honest. I think I have to stand with the people that would walk away in the sense of I would struggle to make a decision like that. I wouldn't know what to do in that situation.
Hey, I don't blame you. This is one of those big debate points that people have been debating for ages. It's called the trolley dilemma. We don't exactly have a lot of trolleys around these days, so that tells you how old this is. Like, here's a graphic that describes it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very famous debate point.
Again, yeah, I don't think I don't think I could make that decision. Like, I think I would walk away and try to save somebody. I'm gonna be honest with you, but that's not exactly an option.
It is a
Charles
bit of a
moved pretty
reductive
quickly.
scenario, to be fair. But, oh, Tarth, you troll, you said Tokyo Drift. There's also the 5-year-old solution to the trolley dilemma. The 5-year-old solution is to put the person from with the other people, so you kill all of them. Because that's what a dad like set up like those old like wooden brio tracks in front of the kid, and he tried seeing what the kid would choose, and the kid put all of them on the same track and then crashed all of them. The 5-year-old solution.
That sounds like a very 5-year-old solution.
Right? I mean, people are always saying, oh, kids are sweet little innocent angels. No! If you've ever worked with kids, you know better. You know that they're little dictators.
They absolutely are. I actually, on the topic of that, I when I was younger, I used to. My mom forced me to go to church a lot. I'm not a big church person, but the way I got out of it was actually being in the nursery and hanging out with the kids in the nursery. And there was this one kid that, whenever his parents came to drop him off, would scream and throw the biggest tantrum, and they would not be able to get him to stop until I got in there. Every freaking time. And it was so funny because that's exactly how it was. Like, he was like the most ruthless little guy when I wasn't in there, but the moment I got in there, he was completely quiet, played by himself, didn't do anything wrong, was the nicest soul,
because he knows he's being watched.
Yeah, the moment I was gone, he would just throw a tantrum, he'd take stuff from the other kids. Like, it was wild.
Oh god, it's just like Angelica Pickles.
Absolutely.
But yeah, Tarth says, have you read Lord of the Flies? Okay, so funny story. Because I moved a lot between grades 3 and 7, I had to read Lord of the Flies at least, let's see here, one time there, and then another time, yes, at least 3 times, because I went to 3 different schools at one point. So I had to read the same book 3 times and write essays about the same questions, but the same basic concepts and questions 3 times. So guess what? I ended up like getting better essays every time because I kept having to read the same stupid book.
You could get better in-depth thought process because you're processing it multiple times.
I guess. I never read Fahrenheit 451, and I read Catcher in the Rye, but I hated it because I couldn't stand Holden Caulfield. That character is such a jerk. I don't know, did you ever read that book?
I honestly didn't. I was not a big reader in school. I actually had a very, very low reading level for the longest time. Having ADHD and autism, I struggle to sit and stay still for things that don't really grasp my attention. And those were definitely, like, if it didn't grasp me right away, I didn't. No.
Yeah, I hear you. My sister had to grow up for a while with undiagnosed ADD, so she was struggling a lot in school too. I got diagnosed pretty late, like the end of my junior year or so.
I actually just recently got diagnosed with both. I went through my entire school without a diagnosis of anything. Yeah.
Dang. So what do they have you on? They have me on Vyvanse.
I was taking Strattera for a while. But I was still working on my diagnosis at that time. And so that actually conflicted with trying to get the diagnosis. So I stopped taking it. And I haven't gotten back on it. I actually don't really take any medication for the ADHD or anything like that. Most of my medication is just to kind of help with depression and anxiety. So
yeah, I hear you there. It can be an ordeal to have to deal with depression and anxiety. Oh my god. Some days I'm just looking at the ceiling. I'm like, do I really have to adult today? Yes I do. But oh man. Oh, I have a story about this. When I was in 6th grade, which is back when my depression started to really flare up, the first time I had any kind of medication for anything psychoactive was because they thought I was really depressed, and it was basically a tranquilizer. And but this shrink, he I told him about some of these things I had seen in my dreams that would eventually come. Okay, I'll hydrate. That would eventually come through. And he started having me do this thing called far viewing, kind of like ESP stuff, where I'd have to basically divinate or divine what was inside of a box that was in my hand. And like half the time I got it right, half the time I got it wrong. And it was the weirdest thing.
Thank you, Darthless.
Yeah, thank you.
I've definitely done some similar stuff like that with my therapist. But it's not something that I necessarily do regularly. But when I was younger, I do remember my mom had attempted to get me a diagnosis for ADHD, and instead of getting a diagnosis, they put me on a medication that literally just made me feel like a drone. And I just refused to take it completely. I was like, I'm not gonna be a fucking robot, okay? Like,
yeah,
it's not how I want to live my life.
I totally hear you there. I totally hear you because when I take my Vyvanse, sometimes I take break days because I've noticed if I take it several days consecutively, or like all back to back to back, that I don't REM sleep. I don't really have dreams. I just kind of pseudo sleep. And it starts to take a toll after a while.
Yeah. I struggle with sleeping actually quite a bit. I've dealt more recently with like really kind of figuring out sleep patterns and whatnot. And back during the beginning of the pandemic, I was on like a napping schedule where I'd only sleep for about 4 hours, and then I would get up. I'd do things for like 6 hours or something like that, and then I would take another 4-hour nap.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I didn't mind it. But that doesn't exactly work with society, right? Like, it doesn't really work with standards and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's a bit tough. I still nap quite regularly now, but it's still about the same. Where like I lay down at night and I get a good 4 hours, and then after that, it's very broken. Like, I try to stay in for 8, but like it's every hour after that, I've awoken
this
again. And I'm
happens
like,
to me
why?
too. What the hell?
Yeah, it's a nightmare. It's so annoying, and I don't know what to do about it. I've talked with my doctors about it, and they're like, we've done like a sleep study, and they're like, yeah, you might have like mild sleep apnea, but like, and I'm like, okay, well, if the is gonna be the only answer, I guess I'm just gonna stick with 4 hours of sleep then. Like,
Yeah, I have sleep apnea too. So I have on a CPAP machine, but it was weird because after I was on it, they said I had like a 96 to 97% improvement of sleep quality. So that was great, but the problem is that now I have a hard time staying asleep somehow. It's weird.
yeah, I don't know what quite does it, and I've tried multiple different things, and for the longest time, when I was younger, I slept with music. I still sleep with music on. And like one of the things that like my doctor said was like, oh well, maybe that's it. And I'm like, you don't want to see me try to sleep without any noise, because like that I won't get sleep. Like,
Well,
it's just,
do you get? Well, here's the thing. Do you listen to the music that mushrooms make when you go to sleep?
If I could find a 10-hour loop of some of that, I might. I actually, just for the most part, just kind of put on my regular playlist, and I put it at a very like almost, I almost can't hear it. Like, it's
Oh,
just
so you listen to some
like
Slayer, Megadeth, Slipknot, that sort of.
Not that hard. Actually, most of my music is like I've actually reduced a lot of the like more metal and like screamo music that I used to listen to. I don't listen to much of that anymore. I get really affected by music, and some of that music it has a lot of emotion in it, right? It's got a lot of people talking about their struggles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I feel that, like, I feel that very strongly. So when I listen to that music, I start to feel that emotion, and so I have to kind of like be careful with that. So most of my music is a little bit more on like just the upbeat kind of happy side, just trying to keep things a little bit more of a lighter mood. So
I hear you there. There is this song that was a cover done by Disturbed of Simon and Garfunkel's Sound of Silence, and it's beautiful.
Yes.
but it's
Oh,
it's
it's so
it's
good.
it's like the heartbreaking kind of beautiful. You know what I'm saying? It's the this like superannuates the previous version, kind of like how "Hurt" by Johnny Cash, basically outdid the original version of that song, and you just feel the emotion in how it's conveyed. Because sometimes
Yeah.
an artist, when they create something, they could create something that's pretty good, but they might not know how to take it to the next level.
Right. And that next level is really important. It really comes down to the level of emotion that they can put into it, and not just like the emotion of putting into it, but like understanding the emotion that the original person put into it,
Yeah.
or even just the weight of the words. Like
Oh yeah.
was it is it the Cranberries? Is it the Cranberries that did Zombie?
I'm not sure. I'm not positive. I have to look that up. Hang on a second. Cranberries Zombie. Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so that phenomenal song by itself. The Cranberries did an amazing job. The band Bad Wolves, I think is who did it, actually did a cover of it and did a phenomenal job behind it. And it's the same level of Disturbed doing The Sound of Silence. Was that they were able to reconvey that the emotion, and put everything into it, and it's so heartfelt and so like it's great. I love when people can do a cover of something and really not
Oh yeah.
just
If they can evolve it.
cover it. Yeah.
Like there's there's a song that I don't know if it needs evolving per se, but it's by Five Finger Death Punch, and it's called "When the Darkness Settles In." And oh my god, the lyrics of the song, how it's conveyed, just really describes like depression, because apparently the lead singer has been battling alcoholism for a while, and that whole ordeal, because oh boy, but you just feel the emotion from them. So believe me, I can understand the empathic connection to music that you're conveying. I can definitely understand what that's like, because sometimes if I'm feeling a certain way, music can also help me through those kinds of emotions sometimes.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that's actually something that I've kind of like chit chatted with my therapist about here and there, is the like using music to kind of like help process or get through things. And she was like, when you're sad, what kind of music do you listen to? I was like, I listen to fucking upbeat, not sad music, because I want to get out of being sad. And she's like, have you ever just decided to listen to sad music? I was like, I have, and I sometimes it does absolutely help like that. It absolutely can kind of help me process things, because it allows me to think in different ways and kind of keep open-minded. But I just have to be really careful with it, because like sometimes it'll just suck me in. It'll just suck me in, and I don't want to, then I just don't want to leave.
Sometimes the vibe of the feelings you're feeling sometimes they'll work with the music, sometimes they'll work against it. Like when I was a kid, listening to "Welcome to the Machine" by Pink Floyd, God, that song made me so depressed, because I felt like, oh, the society I'm being trained to be a part of is not worth it. It's just going to sand all the edges off of who I am and what I am. It's just trying to make me into a box, another brick in the wall, as it were. And it's just like, what's the point of trying if I'm going to become a part of this? Though, to be fair, my mom introduced me to a band called Rush. And there was this lyric from the song called "Limelight," which is one of their more popular songs, that goes, those who wish to be must put aside the alienation, get on with the fascination, the real relation, the underlying theme. And like those lyrics just kind of resonated with me, because I realized maybe it's not about what you're supposed to do, what you're supposed to be, and all these kinds of things, because no one will ever really know you as well as you can, in theory, know yourself.
Right.
And I guess, I had to just stop pretending to be someone I wasn't, and stop trying to feel like I had to do it, and find out what I actually love, what I actually care about. And actually, this is, as I'm talking about this with you, I realized this is kind of what happened with my career change, because I used to be an accountant, and I kind of, flunked out of that because I'm kind of a mediocre at that. So I started, being a streamer. And I realized, yeah, getting on with my fascination, the real relation, what do you love? What do you care about?
Yeah.
So here, I'll ask you the question. What do you love? What do you care? And you said earlier your friends and family, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's kind of one of the deeper things that with humanity, huh? Is what do we care about? What do we associate ourselves with? Who do we associate ourselves with? And because it's almost like our environment is as much a part of us as we are a part of it. Wouldn't you say so?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, as far as like the like what you do and whatnot and like what you care about, I think if you do something that you care about more, right, or that you have a deeper connection with, like you're going to do that so much better than just doing a job to do a job, right? Like,
Right.
because you do have that level of care, like you want to put your all into it, you want to put you into it,
Yeah.
essentially. And it's like that's actually one of the reasons that I really love different artists, just artists as a whole. I know that's a pretty broad spectrum, but like
Sure.
the musical artists, people that paint, people that make tapestries and stuff like that, like they put a little piece of themselves into every piece that they make, right?
Oh yeah.
Like there's
Oh yeah.
some sort of a
Absolutely.
connection.
Absolutely.
And yeah, I think that's really where like as human beings we should strive to do, is like always do something that you yourself cares about, because like you're gonna excel in that way more than you are going to by just doing something that you need to do.
Right. I totally hear you. I totally hear you from that. Yeah, I guess that's the thing, is that we are social creatures, right? We're social beings who exist in a world where we have our individual reality, we have like a collective reality, which is like our social sphere, our society, our country, our whatever, our government, and then we have what's the word? Actuality. Stuff that's like true without being filtered between our society or ourselves. Like the example I give is, let's say a person just believes that if they run around in the forest naked, that they'll be fine, because they're the hippo angel from Galaxy 7.
Yeah.
And that could be true in their reality, but if they run around doing that, they might die of exposure in the forest because they didn't wear anything.
Right.
Whereas, for example, if a person says, hey, I think apples are blue, and their society tells them, no, apples are green, the society will crowd crush them into thinking, no, apples are green, and if you don't believe that, you're not part of us. Because, even though apples, well, okay, yeah, there are green apples, but you know what I'm trying to say. The thing is that it almost seems like reality is a subjective thing, not completely, obviously, but like partially subjective, because there is stuff that we can prove beyond a shadow of a doubt, or there's things that we can demonstrate and other people can agree on that are true, like the Earth is round, the moon circles the globe, that sort of thing. And then there's stuff that's a lot more, let's say, nebulous, like, okay, what does it mean to be a person? And then, a bit more of a hot topic these days is like, well, what does gender even mean these days? You know what I'm saying? And there's all kinds of things that people are always struggling as the individual versus the collective, it seems. And then there's the question of, well, then how do we reconcile this? You know what I'm saying? How do we reconcile what the individuals believe, what the society believes, and what might actually be there? And I don't know the answer to that question, to be honest, but
it's a really tough one, realistically, because like I don't really know the answer to that question either. The best that I can give is everybody's got a different perspective, right, on life, because everybody's been through things differently. Even if you put two people through the same exact experiences, each one is going to have a different perspective, right? Because they've just because they've seen the same things doesn't mean that they've processed them the same way.
Oh yeah. Hello?
Snowflakes, essentially. Not one is
you cut out there for a second.
Oh, did I?
Just for a second.
Okay. Yeah, let me retract just a little bit. Each person is going to process things differently.
Oh yeah.
Like even though they've been through the same exact things, they're going to process those in different ways.
Hmm.
And we see that a lot in like movies and stuff like that, where you see like twin brothers or sisters that have like a dark side and a light side, right? Like
Oh yeah.
they just process things differently. So it's really difficult to like have everybody really on the same page, because again, everybody's got a different perspective of life. Some
Yeah.
people could look at a bush and go, that's a dead bush, and somebody goes, no, that's full of life. Like
Right.
it really depends on how you're looking at it and how you're processing it. But because as humans we're all different, not one of us is the same. Like the like I was saying, snowflakes. There's never two that are alike. There's that sense, like, because there's never two that are alike, you're always going to have a different perspective all around. So yeah, it definitely makes that like sense of reality, of like, reality really is perspective. It really is how you perceive the world around you, or even
Hmm.
how society perceives as a collective. So
Yeah, and that's the kicker, isn't it? Because sometimes you might, for example, let's take like Galileo, how he comes up, or him and Copernicus. They say, "Hey, the Earth is not the center of the universe," and they have all these
right.
observations to say it. And then, but their society decides, no, this is not the knowledge that we have approved. This is not approved our approved reality. You are hereby, I don't know, a heretic for saying such things. And
Yeah.
that's the weird thing, isn't it? Because that's a case in which, say, the individual reality and actuality are a lot more, let's say, congruent than, say, the one with the collective one. So I guess that's the question, because you're talking about creating a good community, and that's one thing that they say in the show Babylon 5. Ambassador Delenn, she says, everywhere humans go, they create communities. And I guess that's like one of our biggest strengths is when we stand together, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely. We're way stronger together than we are as a single person. I mean, the single person can only do and handle so much. And without community, without people around us, um, we get closed-minded, right? Like our
Oh
minds
yeah,
just kind of like shrivel into what we know, right?
echo
Um,
chambers.
yeah, but when we have people around us, that's what broadens the spectrum. That's what allows the openness, and allows us to continue to grow and understand things better. Tom, thank you so much for the raid. How was your stream, cutie? How was Hunt treating you? A lot of Hunt people today.
You're a popular mushroom.
These are a lot of lovely beans. Veteran Squirrel is actually part of the Gremlin Gang stream team that Mad Shorter and I co-own. There's I think a total of 6 of us now.
Hello,
Numbers are bad.
hello everybody. Thank you for rating Wingding here.
It was Hunt, of course, of course. I think it was my last time playing Hunt, to be honest. Oh
Ooh.
no, are you really gonna take on to Tarkov and stuff like that? I've honestly been enjoying the Tarkov content. You're really good at that, so I'm excited to see what else you excel into. I am sorry to hear that might be the last time you play Hunt, though. I know it's in a bit of a rough spot, so. But thank you so much for bringing your community over here. I really do appreciate it. Everybody that was hanging out with Tom today, thank you all so much for hanging out, and thank you all so much for coming over with the raid. For all of you who don't know me, my name is The Wingding. I'm a trans femme streamer that uses they, she pronouns, and I like to play a lot of different games. But for the most part, we like to cause chaos and just generally have a fun time. So if you enjoy your time here, don't forget to hit that follow button. If not, I still hope that you have a wonderful heck rest of your day. Glad you're stinky. Also, we're joined today with Zargram.
Hi.
We're doing a little bit of a talk show where we're kind of getting to know each other and give the communities a little bit more perspective on the people we are and whatnot. And it's been a really fun time. So I hope you enjoy your time here.
I'm glad you're having fun. I'm having fun.
It's really nice. It's nice to like have conversations like this with people and not just explore another person and learn who another person is, but also to like to see how other people perceive the life that we live and
Oh yeah.
the things that we go through.
Oh yeah. You guys kind of rated it when we were talking about the concept of reality and how, society might think of reality as one way versus what things might actually be versus what the individual might think. So you guys rated it at a very pensive moment in the stream. Whereas earlier we were talking about almost like catch or pass with Pokemon. So we do all kinds of stuff on this show.
Tom, have a lovely lurk. Again, thank you so much for bringing your community over here. Take care of yourself. Do all your after stream stuff. Stretch, get some food, water, all that good stuff. Love and appreciate you.
Right. So where were we? Communities and coming together.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of apropos. We got raided when that happened, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, there's this theory I've been thinking about in terms of how humanity functions. And I guess this is kind of like John Locke's Leviathan, almost. Has been forever since I've actually looked at that one, but there's like a famous picture that's associated with it where it's like a king, but their whole body is made of lots of people. And I've been thinking of like the theory of the superorganism, where it's an organism made of lots and lots of complex organisms. They're not the multicellular ones. And I don't mean literally. It's more figurative type of situation. The idea being that, well, if humanity is so communal and so social, well, what does that look like from a top-down perspective, so to speak? You know what I'm saying? Because some people will say, like political science, that people get the government they deserve. And I'm not sure that it completely holds water. I would say that the government can easily reflect a zeitgeist in some cases. It can sometimes reflect many different factors. But I guess, what do you think? How do you think humanity looks from a bird's eye view, as it were?
That is a pretty tough question. It really allows you to kind of pull away from everything and kind of like pull away from your own box, right?
Right.
I don't fully agree with the community would get the government that they deserve, per se.
Yeah.
There's so many different factors that kind of like that really affect that. I think a strong community would, a community that is able to process things together without letting emotions get the best of them, would definitely get a better government system, right? But a community that's strongly affected by their emotions would end up not so much having that greater, because then they're easier to divide in a sense, right?
Oh yeah.
As far as like seeing it from a bird's eye view, I really in humanity in general, I that's really what I think about as far as like the emotional side of things, is that as a society, we definitely are very fueled by our emotions.
Oh yeah.
And none of us really understand or are taught really how to handle them in a more manageable or effective way. And then of course there's people on the spectrum of autism and ADHD and stuff like that struggle to do that, period, right? Because like it's hard to get through that. And one of the things I think about when I think about emotions in general is I saw somebody talking once about neuroplasticity, and one of the things that like threw me about this was that a lot of times we think about neuroplasticity and how it kind of degrades over our lifetime, and how as we get older, that plasticity kind of just degrades or becomes harder to mold with. But their perspective on it was talking about like people that cry a lot, right?
Okay.
People that cry a lot actually have a stronger neuroplasticity, because that crying is essentially like a city that floods, right? A city that floods ends up wiping everything out, everything that it was before out, but that ends up allowing you to come in afterwards and rebuild better and
Hmm.
stronger, right? To help
So it's almost like a
provide
lifestyle
for.
refresh rate.
Right. And so I think that's one of the things that, like, as human beings, that we definitely struggle with. We definitely struggle with that, like keeping that neuroplasticity and that ability to continue to process and mold ourselves
Yeah.
around the different perspectives that we end up running through. So I definitely think that we're definitely really fueled by emotion. And if we could kind of figure that out a little bit better and actually learn about it and
Hmm.
like teach about it more, then we
Oh
might
yeah.
actually I don't know. I feel like we could definitely build that strong community that we do strive so much for, you know.
Right. I agree with you completely. Though I had never heard before that neuroplasticity is higher with people who cry more often. That's fascinating. I would love to learn more about that. That actually very much intrigues me because I've noticed in my life that when there were times when I was absolutely heartbroken or really, really depressed, that it was rare whenever I would cry, but when it did happen, I remembered it, and it would it would be pretty impactful. So I'm very much willing to believe that to be true, and I'd be very interested to see more about that.
Yeah, it was a really kind of off the wall thing that I saw. I was definitely in a state in my life where I wasn't really I was definitely dealing with depression a lot more and
Oh yeah.
struggling with it and whatnot. And so it kind of came up at a right time. And I at that point I hadn't cried in years, like for anything really.
Hmm.
So it was when that kind of like unlocked, right? Like that perspective kind of changed and unlocked after hearing that. I was like, wow, that actually makes a lot more sense. That's one of the reasons why sometimes people when they get really emotional, they start to tear up. Like, why are they starting to tear up? It's because there's something that they're not quite understanding, and the best
Hmm.
emotion to get out is this crying, right? Or this sadness or something.
Yeah.
And that again just allows for you to, like, like wipe out and kind of refresh the slate and then rebuild
Hmm.
on what you now know because you didn't have that perspective before.
I totally hear what you're saying. I totally hear what you're saying. Like if we were both in a liberal arts class together, I'd be snapping my fingers right now. But I mean, I was an English major in my undergrad, so we would do that sometimes. But I totally hear what you're saying because it this is one thing I've heard. Like for example, when a volcano erupts,
Mhm.
with pyroclastic flows, they're very hot and they move really quickly. They cause a lot of destruction. But I have heard that after a volcanic eruption, whether or not they're pyroclastic or it's just magma becoming lava, that it creates very fertile soil, and it's almost like life rhymes a lot, even if it's not always the same in every situation, but it likes to rhyme. And you always get the cycle of death and rebirth, or creation and destruction. And I mean, there's definitely been religions out there that have reflected such things, but it's interesting to see it in from different perspectives, whether it's scientific, whether it's ontological, whether it's philosophical, or anything like that.
Yeah.
How sometimes destruction creates opportunity that would not have existed otherwise because there was stagnation.
Yeah. Actually, on that topic of destruction and on the topic of mushrooms, realistically, there, the Chernobyl incident, right? Like
Hmm.
there was the big nuclear facility just kind of went boom, made that entire area basically unlivable. But one of the things that we're finding out actually more recently, and that I've actually been kind of keeping an eye on, is that they're finding a bunch of new fungi around the area that are doing a bunch of different jobs, right? But one of the ones that I'm the most curious about is there's a black fungi that they're I can't remember the technical name of it right now, but there's a black fungi that is actually being found on some of the reactors in Chernobyl that is actually
What?
eating up the radiation.
What?
Yeah,
What?
Yeah, it's incredible, realistically, right? Like because like how where else does it go other than just trying to
Back up
dissipate?
a
But
second. Slow down, slow down. So you said it's eating the radioactivity. So are you saying it's eating like the cadmium or any of the fallout, any of the waste? What is it eating?
it's actually eating like the actual like radioactive sources that are just in the area. It's whether it's in
So
the
the
air or even in
particulate.
the ground. Yeah. And it's really just taking it and then creating God, what's there's a word for what the mushroom is. um
Extreme, not extremophile. There's organisms that would like to live in very very extreme circumstances.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I'm just failing to think of
I think it fails
the
too.
term or whatever.
But this is really relevant to my interest because I love everything having to do with nuclear science. Like I've loved it
Okay.
ever since kindergarten. Like into kindergarten, I was reading books about different kinds of radiation because I was just that fascinated by it.
Oh,
Um,
heck yeah.
so I'm actually the fact that because I watched that documentary, "The Wolves of Chernobyl," about how it was
Okay.
documenting about how nature has kind of reclaimed the area and how
Yeah.
wolves are doing well. My only critique of the documentary was that they didn't do enough comparison of the life expectancy of the wolves inside the exclusion zone versus other wolves farther and farther away from the exclusion zone. That I wish they had touched more on.
There's
Because
always no, go ahead.
you have to wonder, okay, so the wolves are surviving and they're okay, they're doing okay, but how long are they living compared to ones who are nowhere near all this radioactive dust? That
Right.
felt a little bit fudged to me. Nevertheless, though, it is very interesting to see how nature is responding to a highly irradiated environment, and the fact that you're bringing up this fungus that can actually process fallout. I am absolutely looking that up later.
Yeah, please do. I will I'll take a peek at it again and I can.
Hello? Hello? Oh no, did we lose you?
Oh no, did it? Hello?
Okay, you cut out for a second.
Okay. My apologies. The internet's weird.
Ooh, I'm getting. Oh, okay. My signal's all over the place for some reason.
Okay.
Yeah, it was in the red for a bit. Now it's back to 5 bars. I don't know.
Yeah. Our technology these days.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely.
But yeah, that's yeah, it actually really intrigued me. Like obviously the mushroom part of it, but yeah, honestly, I've like I haven't seen that documentary specifically, but I do. That's one thing about documentaries that like somewhat frustrates me when I watch them is that you watch it and then you almost feel like you're left with more questions than you have
Right?
answers, right?
Right?
Like all the time. But like that is, I definitely agree with that though. That is something that I would definitely like to know. Like what is the comparison between things outside of the exclusion zone or even just further away from the exclusion zone to the things that are actually living closer to? Like what is
Right.
their life expectancy? What are they dealing with? And I part of me feels like it's somewhat difficult to kind of figure that stuff out, but at the same time, like I feel like we're in a sense of technology that there's not really any reason to not dive into that stuff and understand it more, because like what if these animals are actually on par with the life expectancy or even have a better life expectancy for some reason,
Well,
because
I
their
would
bodies
doubt that
have.
given the situation, but I understand what you're saying.
Right. But like it's just like that's the there's different possibilities for everything, like it's definitely a curious thing as to far as like what the newer generation that's dealing with that fallout is, what their bodies have done to evolve
Oh yeah.
to handle
Yeah.
what is around them. So
I get you. Well, we're nearing the back half of, or the back quarter of the show. Sometimes we do a trivia section. Would you care to do one of those?
I can do my best. I'm not the greatest at trivia.
Well, the guest gets to pick the subject of the trivia.
Okay.
So you like mushrooms. Would you want to do mushroom trivia?
I would say yes. However, as much as I love mushrooms, I am still learning a lot about them, and there's still a lot for me to learn. I only know some like decent things about a few, but not, a lot about a lot.
Okay,
if
what's
that
something you
makes
know a
sense.
lot about?
Um, I don't know. It's tough. Video games. I know a lot about video games. Clearly, streamer.
Okay.
Um, I I don't know. Thinking back on my life, I've been a multi-tool kind of person. The jack of all trades. you know.
Should we just do
No,
video game trivia?
yeah, we could do that.
All right, I'll look up some video game trivia. All right. All right. 129 game trivia questions ranked easiest from the hardest. Okay, let's. All right, I'll throw. Okay, question the first.
Okay.
Oh, some of these are way too easy. Okay, some of these are way too easy.
I would say hit me with a hard one, but I don't know. I feel like there would be questions like who's the developer of this game, and I don't know that I would know that too much.
Okay, this might be a good one. Okay. Regarded as one of the greatest video games of all time, what 1981 arcade game features the titular amphibian trying to cross a road without getting squashed by cars and a river without getting eaten by predators?
Frogger.
Correct. All right. Let's find something a bit more tricky.
I played a lot of Frogger as a kid. I love that game.
Okay, this one's a little bit trickier.
Okay.
The word Tetris is a combination of the Greek word tetra, meaning four, and what six-letter sport that was a favorite of game creator Alexei Pajitnov?
Six-letter sport. I'm at a blank for this one. I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like I've heard.
I didn't know the answer to this until I read it.
I feel like I've heard this, like, because I've heard a lot about Tetris, but I don't know that I know that one.
It turns out it's tennis.
Tennis.
Yeah, I didn't know that one. I love Tetris, and I didn't know this one. Okay. This one will be a little bit easier. What Konami game from September 1998 was initially released to the European arcade audience under the name Dancing Stage?
What arcade game?
What it says Konami game from September
Konami game.
1998 was initially released to the European arcade audience under the name Dancing Stage.
Should just be Dance Dance?
You're super damn close. Finish the name. Finish the name.
Revolution.
And the whole thing together is
Dance Dance Revolution.
Yep, you got it.
All right.
That was a close shave. All right, this one's like super easy. In Mario Kart, the power-up that seeks out the player in the first position and explodes on impact is a shell that is of what color?
Blue.
Yeah. This would be a weird time to find out that you're colorblind.
I do really love Mario Kart. I played that quite a bit. And
Mario Kart is the shit.
With playing with a lot of my friends when I was in San Francisco, that like even if I was colorblind, I think I would still know the color of that shell because they yell it all the time.
Yeah. Okay. Here's another one. This one might be. All right. Released in 2004 by Blizzard Entertainment and set in the fictional universe of Azeroth, what is the name of the computer game that became the world's most popular MMORPG within a few years and continues to be referenced in popular culture with a 3-letter abbreviation?
World of Warcraft.
Boom, you got it. All right, let's step it up a bit. I'm going to scroll down to some of the harder ones. Ooh. Okay, here's one. Number 42. Enter the life, the universe, and everything. Used when playing Contra. The original Konami code gave you 30 extra of what video game things?
Say that one more time.
While used while playing Contra, the original Konami code gave you 30 extra of what video game thing?
Oh. Yeah, I'm at a loss for this one.
Extra lives.
Extra lives. Okay, see,
Wait.
I was going to say hearts, but I was like, I don't know that that's really...
Do you know the Konami code?
No.
Up, up, down, down, left, right, start, select, A, B, or something like that. Wait, now I need to check.
We're going... Okay.
Now I'm paranoid.
When you said Konami code, I was like, this
Up,
is
up,
definitely...
B-A. Oh, I got it
Okay.
wrong. It's
Okay.
up, up, down, down, left, right, B-A, and sometimes start, depending on the game.
Okay.
It's not A-B, it's B-A. Ah, dang it. I was so close. Okay.
Isn't that the code that like most game that like actually quite a few games use is like different for different things? Yeah.
Oh, hello there, Shindrea. We're in the
Shin.
we're in the trivia section of the Sometimes Show right now, and we're doing video game trivia. Let's see here.
Shin's a goober. They come in, they say one thing, and then they redeem timeout. And I actually have it set up to auto timeout when somebody redeems that. So
Oh no, are we about to lose the show?
they can still watch. They can still see everything in here. They just won't talk. Not at least for 5 minutes.
Oh, this is a funny one. Okay.
I'm Alada.
All right. So next trivia question. What name is shared by a sci-fi video game franchise, a Beyonce song, and the tiara worn by Kate Middleton on her wedding day?
Oh, sorry, repeat that one more time.
Absolutely.
I'm losing it.
What name is shared by a sci-fi video game franchise, a Beyonce song, and the tiara worn by Kate Middleton on her wedding day?
Destiny?
Nope. Sorry, it's Halo.
Oh. Halo. Okay. I'm not well versed in Beyonce.
Okay, here's a softball. This is a slow, easy one. What fantasy kingdom is the main setting for the Legend of Zelda video game series?
What fantasy kingdom?
Yeah.
Fuck. I should absolutely know this, and
Chat, do you know? What fantasy kingdom? Okay, yeah, your lifeline is to ask Chat. Do you wish to use your lifeline?
Absolutely.
Okay, Chat. The question is, what fantasy kingdom is the main setting for the Legend of Zelda video game series? You can bail out your VTuber on this one, if you answer correctly.
I should know this. I love Zelda. I've played almost all the games. Like, I'm absolutely drawing a blank here. What's up, Maladat? Thank you so much for the 7 stream streak.
Do you want a hint? Do you
Yeah.
want? Okay. What do people do when they get blank on shrooms? Or I get blank on shrooms. What is
High roll.
Yes, you got it.
There we go. Okay, thank you.
Okay, I think Shat went back to sleep. All right. What the hell? Okay, I'm gonna ask this question because the answer is odd, but
Okay.
Okay. This is weird, but okay. I don't know why this is here. This is Imane Ainz, whose millions of followers love to watch her play League of Legends and Fortnite, is better known by what name that's a portmanteau of her name and a Japanese game franchise?
I don't even know who that is. I'm gonna be honest.
Answer, Pokimane.
Pokimane.
Very famous streamer.
Yeah. Okay. So I know who Pokimane is, but I didn't know it by the other name, and I think that's where I got confused.
I don't watch her either, so
Yeah. No, it's a name that's known, but like, yeah, I don't pay attention too much. Honestly, once like I don't stick around for like larger streamers. Like I like being able to communicate.
Right?
You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
why I
like to
watch
be able
small
to have
streamers these
a
days, because
interaction.
yeah, because otherwise I'm just a face in the crowd. I'm like, well, then why am I even in chat then?
Right. Thank you, Maladath.
So here's the next one. What 1985 video game begins with a planned departure from Independence, Missouri?
Video game that starts with a planned departure from. Okay.
I can give you a hint if you want one.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the hint.
Wingding died of dysentery. Maladeth died of dysentery. Zaragram died of dysentery. Shindrea died of dysentery.
I know this quote, but I cannot name right now.
You give up?
I give.
The Oregon Trail.
The Oregon Trail.
Yeah, it's like punishingly difficult. Like every little thing is gonna kill your people. The quote, what quote? No, the question was, what 1985 video game begins with a planned departure from Independence, Missouri? And the answer was the Oregon Trail. All right.
It departing from Missouri was, I think, what like messed me up there, because like I'm not the greatest at remembering like technical or that kind of data, I guess. I do remember the Oregon Trail though. I did play that a bit as a kid, but yeah, no, that
game's brutal. Okay, here's an easy one. What video game franchise features Dr. Wily as the primary villain?
Dr. Wily.
Mm-hmm.
These are rough.
You want to use your lifeline?
Maybe. What was the year?
This says it says what video game franchise features Dr. Wily as the primary villain?
Franchise. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Chat, do you know?
Chat, maybe you can bail out Wingding. What do you got? I think chat might be asleep.
Maladeath takes a minute to respond to things. They have a lot IRL.
I'll give them about another 20 seconds or so.
Okay.
So, okay, while we wait for them to see if they can bail you out, what is your favorite video game of all time?
Favorite video game of all time. I'm gonna have to say Minecraft, honestly.
Really?
It's the one game that I always go back to. It's the one game that I find myself always enjoying every time I play it, and it's the number one game that like I feel like there's always something for me to learn. There's always something there for me to explore or understand differently.
I get you.
Yeah.
So it looks like Chad hasn't bailed you out. The answer to the question was Mega Man.
Mega Man. Okay, so I didn't play a whole lot of Mega Man as a child. I'm gonna be honest with you.
What did you play as a child?
Uh, played a lot of Mario as a child. Yeah, I really realistically, I did a lot of the Sega Genesis game. There was a lot of different Sega Genesis games that I played, but
Oh, do you want to hear question
just
number
were not fun.
69?
What? Oh God.
It's
Go for
okay.
it.
Of all the things it could be about, it's about this guy. Tingle is a short, paunchy 35-year-old obsessed with forest fairies and dresses up in a green costume. In what video game franchise did Tingle debut before having his own eponymous series?
I'm failing to connect Tingle with anybody. Like I can almost picture this person, but I can't connect it to a game.
Do you want a hint?
Yeah.
Okay. In a game where you have 3 days to complete it, or else the moon crashes into the world, it was the game he appeared in first.
3 days to complete, or the moon crashes into the world. Yeah. I'm completely at a loss here.
It was Majora's Mask was the game he appeared in, and it's from The Legend of Zelda.
God damn it. I should know these.
It's all good.
I told you I'm really bad at trivia. Like,
All right, I'll try to see if I can find. Oh, this one will be easy. Okay. What Pokemon holds the title as the first listed creature? This creature is number 1 in the Encyclopedic Pokedex and is considered a hybrid grass poison type. The Pokemon's name involves both plants and reptiles.
Bulbasaur?
Yes, you got it. Yay!
It's like number 1. I'm like, it's definitely not Mew. Because you said plant and dinosaur, and I'm like, what? My knowledge of Pokemon is not that large. As much as I've watched the show and like play to catch Pokemon and stuff like that, I'm not great with it.
No worries. Here's one. What was the name of the princess Mario rescues in Nintendo Game Boy's Super Mario Land from 1989?
Peach?
Strike one. Try again.
Daisy.
Yes. That was her debut.
All right.
You ever play any Smash Brothers?
I did play Smash Brothers.
Oh, sorry, sorry. Keep going. Keep talking. What's up?
I played a lot of Smash Brothers, like back in my early adult age. It had a friend group that like it was just on it all the time. We used to do competitions for it, but I was the worst person. Like I could never win one of those. Like they were a lot more into the like knowing all the different like combos and stuff of things, or like knowing the like perfect ways to get back up on the map. And if I got too far away from the map, the double jump didn't do it. I wasn't getting back on.
I get you. Okay, so here's one that you should probably get is what is the maximum number of power stars a player can collect in Super Mario 64?
The maximum number of power stars?
Mm-hmm. You know, the golden stars you collect, the MacGuffins of the game.
Yeah. 5?
Are
I'm
you
probably not
absolutely
even
sure?
close.
These are the ones that like each world has like a bunch of them, and you go and collect them because each one has like a mission.
Yeah, I'm not absolutely sure. I could give you a number, but it's
The answer
definitely not gonna
is
be right.
120.
120.
All right. Who the heck is that? No. Let's see if I can find another Mario-based one. All right. Oh, We can make this the last one since we're kind of running out of time and I'm running out of spoons. So
Totally fair. Totally fair.
what was Mario's name in the original Donkey Kong arcade game?
The original Donkey Kong arcade game?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't play a lot of Donkey Kong, so I actually do not know.
It was Jumpman.
Jumpman. I would have never guessed that. I'm gonna be 100%.
No worries.
honest.
Well, it looks like I'm running out of energy, and I imagine that Wingding here is probably still raring to go because you can like do marathon 10-hour streams.
Not very often. I'm already at like 7 hours for today, so I'm probably gonna call it here as well. But
Well, all right, we better find someone to raid then. And with the Sometime show, the guest always gets to pick who we raid.
okay. Let me take a look and see who.
All right, I'll bring up the menu, and you just tell me the name of the person, and I'll search them up.
You know, let's go see my friend Jess K988.
So can you spell that out? Is that JESS?
Yeah, JESSK
K
988.
988. Okay, I think I found them. They're playing Animal Shelter 2.
Correct.
All
Little
right.
cozy game. She just started, so she's got.
Well, this will be
some time,
funny.
so.
This will be funny. All right. Well, guys, everyone, I want to say thank you for coming by to watch the Sometime show. Wingding, I want to say thank you very much for coming on and letting me interview you and stuff like that. I very much enjoyed our conversation.
Yeah, it was an absolute blast.
Yeah, I'd love to collab with you in sometime in the future if you'll have me.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that sounds like fun. I'm pretty tired, so after this, I'm probably gonna hit the hay. But yeah, I want to thank everyone for coming by, and that's it for me for the rest of the week. And I hope you guys have fun with Jess K. So let's go raid them in a. Oh, I have to actually click the button. Right, I always miss at that timing. But we're gonna go raid them and drop all of our viewers on them. So this will be funny. All right. Looks like they're about to raid. 5 viewers are ready to raid them. You might need to have to click raid 2 on your end too.
Yeah, I have to put in the command too. I don't know that the
I use the little parachute icon in Stream Manager. That's what I do.
I just type out.
Well, do what you gotta do. I'm about to click the button.
All right.
Well,
Okay.
Bye, everybody. Good night.
It was lovely having you. Thank you again for this, and we'll talk with you later.
Yeah. See you later. Rating in 3, 2, 1. Bye.